copy of the letter that you signed this morning about wanting a copy of your file. That's a copy of the original letter back. I've also made a copy of the consent form you signed. Here are a couple of sheets of paper. You're welcome to sit here or go outside.
I'll have to get a copy. What it is now, to go back to this now, I came in and complained about the Asian gentleman having a firework on the 15th of the 10th in 2009, right?
Okay.
But what they turn on and say that the kid who wrote it, that means so this...
So this was, you were told at that time that your neighbourhood officer was Rosie Alphonse?
Yeah, that's right, yeah, right. The point is now, I came and complained about the firework on the Friday, right? When I come Saturday and Sunday, by Monday, which is how many days for that? That's the 17th, is it 17th, 17th? That's a Friday, right?
That's a Friday.
On the 17th, they wrote middle, right? But what they're trying to say now, I looked at my file, they turned around and said that the white kid wrote on the wall because of Bonfire Night. And they said that's about a month, isn't it? When is Bonfire Night?
Fifth.
No, not Bonfire. What do you want?
Halloween.
Oh, yeah, what is that?
31st.
Yeah.
October,
So that time.
Well, it'll be it'll be 17, 20 to 10. 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks, right? So then we can complain about it on the Monday.
Right. So it was written on the Monday, the 17th. You sure it was?
Because I complained about him having a firework on the 15th. They never had a firework on the driveway. They had it around the back.
Yeah.
When I complained about it, I took the firework off my stairway until I went. The point is now, right? Like
as I said, I'm sure that has been answered in correspondence to...
No, but what I'm trying to say, why blame it on the white kids?
Well, did you see anyone write the graffiti?
No.
Right.
So
you're basing your belief that it was written by your neighbour, children, on the basis that you made a complaint about it?
Yeah, right. The point is now, right? The point is now that it's on the 17th, right?
But as I said, without clear evidence that I've seen someone visibly seen someone write the offensive word.
But I got a letter from that person turned around, the Asian gentleman stood in front of the lady.
This is the tenant?
Yeah, the tenant. Turned around and said, oh, they're only kids, they don't know what they're doing.
Now that could be a general remark and not necessarily about his kids.
No, yeah, but who are the people you're talking about? I can't.
I don't think it's
Come on, where do you think I'm coming from?
You know, it could be about. That comment could have been said in terms of a number of occasions. And were you there at the time? Were you there when he said that word?
Yeah, I was there. And there's a witness before it.
Right.
That's why I think a letter to the head of it.
You're saying that he said that in reference to the fact that that was an admittance by him that his children had written.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. He said the only kid that they want to do, right? The point is now, as I'm trying to say to you, sir, right? Why was it put back 2 weeks and said that when the caretaker tried to clean it up, I get angry and tell him not to clean it up. When I wanted to take it back. Huh?
The caretaker?
Yeah.
Because the caretaker was instructed by us to remove offences.
No, talking about the Wednesday, right? He said to me, he's not going to clean it up, that's not his job, right? But when I heard, I took photograph of it. But I have got a letter from your office saying that I was very angry about him wiping it off. Everything is me stereotyping me. Because I'm a black person, I'm always angry, I'm always stereotyping. Right? Have I been angry with you? I've been angry with you because half of your staff and you are very incorporated and very racist towards me.
Well, Mr. I am personally offended.
How do you know
I'm personally offended that you believe that I am judging.
How do you know? Have you had racism in your life?
Have I had racism in my life? Well, I have not experienced any racism.
But what I'm trying to say is, so how do you know when somebody's been racist towards you? Well, I've never had experience, but I know it's only me can tell. Right? I'll tell you an example. I don't want
to get into debate about racism or whether I can be racist or you can be racist or other people can be racist to either myself or yourself. And I understand your belief, your belief, and clearly the McPherson report says a racist incident is when the victim perceives the actions of the person to be racist. Now that's fine. I accept that. I cannot accept that. I cannot see from towards you is.
But every time you put me down, that I've done this, I'm stereotyping.
I haven't done anything. Where have I stereotyped?
Because when I pointed out to you that about the contractors, you said to me, I abide by what they said. I didn't bother anything because they never came and done my place. But you pinpoint that they made to say that any more of this thing, I don't know what it is, but what you said to me on your paperwork, it said what they said to me. Well, there was nothing to about because if there's my private, wait a minute.
Mr. Burton, I've told you innumerable times, it is very difficult for me as an individual, an officer, a Metropolitan Housing Trust,
but you put
incidences which I would not party to, or events that happened many years ago, and which the only thing I've got to rely on is the written documentation in any case.
From what they're saying.
And I listen to what you've got to say, and then have to make a judgment on what I think.
But you're always believing them.
But what you're saying is because I make a judgment against you, then I'm inherently racist.
I'm telling you
that's not the case.
But you don't know what it's been like. Because you're not a black person, you don't know what it's like to be racist.
I appreciate that. I appreciate what you're trying to say.
The housing association, they didn't know what sort of, from 1993, the same time Stephen Lawrence, don't forget, I've had the same problem with the housing association from 1994. They've been racist towards me. Right? And I've got proof. Just look at the problem with the crowd.
If you feel that's the case, as I said, you're more than happy to make a complaint against Metropolitan Housing.
No, what's his name? Not Ben Lockby. But the other gentleman turned around and said, I'd be racist towards one of his staff. Right? Now,
that's the most recent incident which we referred to yesterday.
But now how come they're investigating that? Is it all say, but where's the proof?
No, I mean, I have spoken to the officer concerned that you spoke to, and what she recalls from the incident, that you made a remark to her that she found offensive, and she did deem it racist because of the angle she was. And I know that Mr. Best has spoken to you about that, and that is in Mr. Best's hands as the neighbourhood manager to deal with.
Well, there you go. Somebody say, but where's the evidence? We're being on Sunday said, and you just told me.
So you categorically denying?
I don't know what I spoke to Mrs. Hamilton about the council renting.
Right. No, I'm talking about you telephoned the office, and you spoke to an officer, and the officer identified who they were. And my understanding is you made a remark about them, or made an assumption because you couldn't see who they were.
Where's the proof? Where's the proof? Where's the evidence?
Because the officer has documented it and said this is a conversation that took place. Now,
I didn't mention that.
Do you deny you made that?
No, that's what I'm trying to say. But don't run away. What I'm trying to say to you, right? Where is the evidence?
Right. The evidence is the testimony of the officer. Now we have to look at the incident and say, do we take their word as it, or do we take your word as it? Now, you have denied the allegations. We can put the allegations to you that you made this offensive remark to my colleague.
Why didn't you get the police involved? Why didn't you get the police involved? Let them investigate. Because if it's a racial matter, wait a minute. If it's a racial matter, right? I'm sure if you took a black man to court against another black man, because I'm allowed to call another black man nigger, aren't I? There's no way to call I'm trying to tell you that. So there's no way.
I'm not going to get into ways and wherefore. Personally, if I heard you call another black person nigger, I find that offensive. And I would turn around probably and say to you if I find that personally offensive, but it would be down to that person to
That's what I'm trying to say. So there's no way I would stand up in court. What I'm trying to say, this man made an allegation about me, right? But you're ready to throw the hammer at me. Now, this is hard because Mr. Arnold about it, right? But the point is now, right? The point is, when the agent gentleman right, nigger was on the wall, right, and you just told me that there's no evidence that she wrote it, so then stand up in court. So why is it standing in court for her?
Because on the basis of that, there's no clear evidence to show that person wrote it. But an officer has turned around and said to you, she was on the phone, and you turned around and said...
What did I call her? Black bastard, what did I call her?
Without going back to the referral or what the notice you made about what you said.
Alright, but where's the proof then?
Well, the proof is...
It's an allegation, right?
Yeah, it's an allegation. Yeah, exactly what I said. It's an allegation made against you. And it's me... You could turn around to me now and say something offensive towards me. And I could turn around to you and say, I find that offensive. I'm making a note. You said, this is what you said to me. Yeah? Walk out of there, go and speak to my manager and say, Mr. Burton has called me this. Right. Now, you might, this is quite right, you said, leave this room, and my manager would get in contact with you and say, Jeremy has come and said that in the interview room you called him this name.
Yeah.
Okay. And you can turn around and say, no, I didn't. And the situation becomes it's my word against yours.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay.
The point is I've given you video evidence of people damaging my property, throwing eggs at me, and you said to me, you don't do nothing about it.
No. I said, no.
What have you done about it?
Right.
What have you done about it, sir?
Right, okay. The photo evidence, the video evidence that we've produced, as I said to you in the conversation yesterday, was that clearly there'd been investigations.
But they're not investigating.
They're not investigating that. So now we have to decide from our position what we are going to do.
But you're going to do it. But you're not going to investigate because you don't want to put the police down.
No. My view is that given what I've seen, I need to discuss this. And my view is that your neighbours need to be spoken to about what happened.
Not spoken to. I want them on Johnson to put it because they won't get away with it next time.
Right, well, we would have to look at the level of evidence whether we wanted to... We would have to look at the evidence whether we wanted to pursue an injunction.
Yeah, but what evidence do you need from that?
Well,
are you trying to tell me that I throw the egg at me?
Right.
Are you trying to tell me that I throw the egg at me?
No, I didn't. I agree. I have seen that video evidence. I have clearly seen that video evidence, and I can clearly see something being thrown at you, and you ducking. Okay? So I'm not denying that. I need to say to the Guns family, right, when this incident happened, the police were involved, I've seen video footage, clearly see you doing something, what have you got to say?
Well, the point is, I understand that. I'm pretty sure you do that. I'll give you 10 out of 10 for being honest for once. But what I'm trying to say to you, sir, right? The police are investigating, they're not investigating.
Well,
nobody has to call me.
That's what I said to you yesterday. That's what I need to find out. Why are they not doing anything?
Because it's me. Because I'm black.
If they turn around and say, well, they're not going to turn around investigating it because Mr. Burton's black and we hate him. But they're going to have to give me a reason why they're not investigating it. If they turn around and say they're not investigating it because of lack of evidence, I'll come back to you and let you know that. And then whatever you choose to do with the Metropolitan...
But it's not like that, because
Metropolitan needs to decide what action...
but you're not going to override what the police say. They said they're lack of evidence. You're not going to go and say, well,
No.
You're not going to do that. I know you're not going to do that.
Listen to me. What if I just turn around to you and say, we need to review what we're likely to do, and I've already made it clear to you that my professional opinion is that we need to happen. Okay? Now you've demanded, no, go straight for an injunction. I want an injunction. I'm saying I would have to look at the level of evidence.
So you are doing 2 incidents and you get an injunction. They've done about 4 incidents.
We will bring that all into consideration and look at the wealth of evidence we've got and decide what we're going to do. But I need, as I said...
Well, if you look on YouTube, I put a lot more on it. I put a lot more, even the complaint. I went to the police station in September.
Alright, okay. I just give a word of advice. I think you should be very careful what you put out on YouTube.
Well, I'm going to put everything on it. I have to do it because you are not investigating. The police are investigating.
We are. Basically, we are. That's what I said to you.
You're not doing it, sir.
I need to find out, which is why I need to find out.
You're not doing it, sir. This is why. I see what happens. They're going on telling everybody in the aftermath. I've been following them. But the police come and knock on my door. You give me written warning.
No. I said I would be more than happy to follow up on what the police is doing, and I've got your consent form. What would have been really useful is that copy of that letter where you've got P.C. McManus's details on. Use that as a way of getting information, but you don't want to give it. Okay. All I want you to do is take a photocopy of it.
No, I don't want to do that because what I found out, I might intimidate myself. Right, what I want to see that letter, what P.C. McManus said, man, that turned on and said that he's not going to because further.
Well, I don't know. Without speaking to Peter, she's a female anyway. So the name's Kathy, so I'm assuming that she'll be correct. So
what's going to happen about my taking my car because it's £285 need to return it to us?
Mr. Burton, that incident, what happened years ago.
Doesn't matter. I told you that I've been victimised of racism by the Metropolitan.
I am trying to explain to you a situation. And I will speak to Mr. Best.
He told me to come and see it.
Yeah, well, I'll speak to Mr. Best. He's not here today. I'll speak to him. I'll take the copy of that letter and we'll go forward from there.
But he said to me that it wouldn't...
Let's leave it there and let me see if we can do
a bit
more about it.
He said to me it was don't count it, and I said, no, it's...
Well, let's find out.
I'd like to prove that in the first one.
It says on the instructions of the landlord, so that would suggest it was us that were rude. Let me
and then also, you know when Ben Kelly took my camera down, he done with my computer. Did I tell you
yes, you did. You told me all about that. You had to go and buy a new computer because the software wouldn't work.
Well, so
we're not going to reimburse you for that. I'm sorry. We're not going to reimburse you for a new computer because we're not, Mr. Burton.
Well, how come you never took down the lady rather than...
I'm not going to go into...
It's not racism. That's an example of racism.
I'm not going to go into that particular reason.
No, but it's not racism.
It's not our fault that your new laptop and the software that will not...
No, but Ben shouldn't have taken the camera down.
Well, we instructed you, we asked you to take the camera down, you refused to.
No, I didn't. No, wait a minute.
I'm not going to...
Don't run away.
I
know you're running away. Let me tell you something, alright? Vina Sangone came and gave me the letter through the letterbox on the Friday.
That's right. It says please take the camera down.
Yeah, but they didn't give me a time zone. They didn't give me a time zone. Why did they go around number 67 line for a camera down?
Because that...
Don't take to me none of my business. That's racism,
No, every case we treat Dave differently. If you've asked us to look into
because of this, that's why I've been treated differently.
No, not at all.
You don't know that because you're not black, you know what's right.
Mr. Byrne, I cannot, as I said to you, I do not know what your life circumstances and experiences are.
You're an example with the police.
I'm not in collusion with the police.
But what about the gas thing? A good example of the gas thing.
I'm not in collusion with the gas board or anyone. And all those issues have been answered in previous correspondence by Mr. Roxby last year, and I'm not going to go into
it. Who's taking around police officers for the gas inspection?
I've got no way of knowing whether the gas engineers or police officers, as I've seen from your videotape.
I don't believe you what you said.
I'm not, Mr. Burton, we just go round and round and round.
I know you don't believe what you said. The videos clearly show you that there weren't
the videos show me 3 individuals not dressed in police dress, similarly, which suggests to me they come from the same organisation, or they have the same tailor, or whatever you want to say.
On the phone.
Speaking on the phone, yes, I agree with you. One of them acts strange if I go and look at your motor vehicle or your practice. From our information, on that particular day, we had people from the gas board coming to your property.
But then why wasn't any letter put to my letterbox to say you don't open the door?
Agreed. I do not know why they did not do that as well. I've agreed.
That means that they were... It
doesn't mean they weren't not from the gas board. They failed to do what I would expect them to do.
Because those gentlemen turned up 10 o'clock, the same time.
Well, that's the appointment time you had, so it's not...
Why don't you investigate that? Why don't you investigate that?
Because it has been looked into, and then you said...
Well, look into it a bit more, sir. Who are investigating that?
That's what I'm trying to do. As I said to you before, in relation to being able to help you on some of these issues, because you've not willing to give me copies of the letters, you're easier. I could get the information quicker and easier if I had the correspondence.
Well, you've got a number, 506-5060. That's the number.
Well, that's not the number to the phone. That's what I said to you. I phoned you yesterday, and
what did you do another number?
That's what I'm saying to you. I did that phone call. It was lying on a retainer.
That's why they gave me that number, isn't it?
Well, no, because your letters have telephone numbers on.
Well, I'm not going to give you copies now.
Well, as I said to you before, Mr. you're not helping me to do the investigation to the best of my ability.
You wanted to take a photocopy. There's another number above there.
Right. Well, this number here is from victim support. You had a letter from the actual police officer itself.
No, I'm talking about the telephone number. What do you need to do to move it?
No. If you
I don't need to do that.
See that letter there?
I don't need to do that. That's my problem.
Right, okay.
There's another number there you can do.
Those are the general numbers. You had a number from... Is that the number? No. You had a letter from the police officer concerned dealing with your case.
Yeah, but then what if you need that number...
Here we go. This is the letter. There we go. This is the letter.
But I can't do that.
No, look. There's a telephone number on there.
Well, run that number. Take it down over there.
Yeah, I will happily do that. And I will make a note of... I'll also make a note of her badge number, because that will help me get 560 QK, and it's McManus.
Because you haven't got contact with me, sir.
And there's a number 8733399. Lovely, that's lovely. That's all I need.
You don't need to photocopy them, do you?
No, they would have had to have photocopies, but I'll take down the details, and I will give the lady a quick call, and we'll go from there.
Is it going to take 18 years to sort that out now? Sorry? Is it going to take 18 years to sort this out?
No, if you give me a telephone number, I will do my utmost to try and call you in the next 48 hours.
You can't call her because she has an interview, but she's telling me...
Well, if she's the officer dealing with your case, she can tell me exactly what's going on.
She told her and told you yesterday, as you told me...
I haven't spoken to her. So how can she tell me anything yet?
Yeah, but then you said you got a letter to come from them to say that the case has been closed.
I got some information from the police suggesting that the matter has been closed.
Yeah, well, you want to see, how can she close it without interviewing them? Take my step off. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Mr.
What? What did you say? I told you, you see the police here.
There was one. Who went in the room next to you?
Is it?
The woman, yeah?
Huh?
Yeah.
The one in the room next to you.
Yeah?
Oh, I should be looking at what I'm saying. You told me that I was right again. What did you say? What's that? What did you say I was what? I took my luck as well. Huh? What did you say I was what?
No, because you love me.
What?
I wanted to get rid of you. I would definitely see you as a pain.
No, but see, I'm